guys, welcome back to my channel, and for the new ones here, welcome. So today's gonna be a little bit of a mix-up. I'm going to do a travel vlog, but I'm also going to do a little bit of a try-on. I'm gonna switch this outfit to an outfit that I wore yesterday, which in my opinion was a very nice outfit. Some people have already seen it and they've loved it, so I was like, why not just wear it today and show you guys it, and then we'll go into the traveling. So guys, this is the outfit without a coat on. Let me give you guys a little bit better view of the front, like this, and then the back. The skirt is quite short in my opinion. It's a very short skirt, so a little 360 of this outfit. In my opinion, it looks very good on the top. I love this little chain thing, gives a nice accent. Yeah, definitely looks good. The skirt is way too small. Probably you guys like it, but for me, I would never wear such a short skirt. It's not really my style, but for the tees, I will wear it, guys. So look from the side. So this is how it looks. From the front, from the side, and from the back a little bit. So you guys let me know what you guys think of it. I'll give you guys a little view of the coat on top. That's what I prefer. Honestly, it looks more, I don't know, a little bit less, I don't know how to explain it. I love it with a coat on. That's just my opinion. And I think I put my finger on why I prefer this. I think it looks more dominant. I feel way more myself with it. Not like myself, but I just feel more comfy, more, I don't know how to explain it, but I did put my finger on it. It fits me better. It gives me more the mood to be like in a controlling way. But yes, that's definitely why I prefer this. But I have to admit, the skirt, there's no benefit in wearing a skirt. I could have just have something else beneath, because you won't notice the skirt. So yeah, but I think for the tees, like to have it on and then open it up and then, you know, have a little bit less on. So I think that's why I prefer the coat, to still give you like the feeling of wanting more, but not really getting it yet. Give me your opinion, your rating. What do you prefer, like with or without, or like with and then taking it off? Let me know what you think. And of course, the full view as well. Anyways guys, to get into this video, for the travel part, the next one, the destination was Grenada, or is Grenada, which we will jump into right now. Let's just take it off and continue with our travel. So guys, we booked the tour with the cruise. So the tour that we're going to do is for exploring the island, but it was in the midday, so not directly in the morning like the other ones. So we still had some time before the tour to go explore the city by ourselves. So that's exactly what we went to do. We went through the gate, outside, and went walking to see with our own eyes how the island is. And we had like, I think 1 hour, maybe 2 hours, because we also had to do a little bit of a lunch. So we had to be back at the cruise to not miss lunch before we went on the tour, of course. So we went by feet, of course. We didn't rent anything. We just went there. We went through the customs, and then you went outside directly. We saw a lot of shops, like souvenir shops, also jewelry, everything. Like you see many local stuff and also stuff for tourists. So it was quite interesting to see. You could walk there, you could see the people, their own people, so the locals. You could see the locals buying their own stuff. They will sell you stuff. There are many shops. So for me, it was very interesting to see. It was very different compared to the other islands we have been to. Like we have been to Dominican Islands, we have been to the ABC Islands, and this part was very different. It was very crowded as well. And yes, it was just different compared to the other ones, but it was quite interesting, and a lot of things for sale as well. And the souvenirs, you guys know we are collecting them, but we did not buy them there yet because we had a tour, and we always know like at the tour you also stop at tourist locations where you can also buy the souvenirs. So that's what we learned from the other islands. So that's exactly what we're going to do this time, is just literally wait on the tour, because we just went a quick walk through the city, see a little bit how the culture is there, how the people are there, what type of shops there are, and then we came back to the cruise. That was a quick city, very shortly, because we have to get back to get some lunch and then go for the excursion we booked. our tour, it's basically in a bus, and then we had like a little bit of viewing. The bus driver was explaining, like the bus driver was a little bit guide in one.
Our population in Grenada is 110,000 people.
So normally, like with the other ones, we had like a bus driver, and then we had like a tour guide. But this one, it was the bus driver is the tour guide. So he was driving and he was also explaining stuff. The first thing we saw was the Methodist Church. It is a historical church of the 18th century. Yeah, we passed very quickly, so we didn't have much information. After this church, we went through the tunnel, the Vendome Tunnel. Yes, it's built by the French in 1894. Not much more information about it, only that it was built by the French people. Then we continued with the bus and we came at a spice market.
This here is the open spice market. And that hill is called Market Hill or Little San Francisco.
And this Little San Francisco is only a one-way market. It's only a one-way street, so you can only go down and not up. So basically that's interesting, right? Like you have to go through the market, but you can not go back. So we also passed the courthouses, in total 3. And all of them have their own legal purposes for the country. We also saw a very beautiful cathedral while driving. And yes, our next, or let's say our first destination is going to be a little plantation type of thing.
This is how the cocoa looks. Look on the tree here. See the tree here? That's how it looks on the tree. And it starts from a little flowers, just a little flowers, and it develops to be like this. When we pick it, we put a big tray and we push our finger, we pull it off, and we put it in a big box. Let it sweat for at least about 2 weeks. All these white stuff drains off. If you want to take a bean, you just take one of it and suck on it. Take one and suck on it. Don't bite it. Yeah, the beans is inside and it's gonna be bitter. This is lemongrass.
Oh, lemongrass.
Have a small lemongrass. When it's ready, you see this line here? It just pops open and the nut come out. The red part of it is the most expensive part. When we export it, it's called the mace. What happened? They use it for seasoning things like canned foods and things like that. Sausages and stuff like that. Also the mace, they use it in cosmetics.
That's quite interesting. That was a very nice experience because some of these things you don't even see them in Europe. So to see them in real life and really get a feeling, like taste them, that's good, right? Like I love tasting stuff, experiencing new stuff as well. So it's a win-win. We also saw the oldest prison of the island, which of course is very unique to see as well, how it's built and all of that. And while driving, we also saw a lot of buildings that were being renovated or were already renovated or a little bit damaged. This is because the driver told us that in 2004 there was a hurricane called Ivan. It damaged a lot of things. So yes, that's definitely something they're still renovating a lot of buildings, and some of them are still a little bit damaged. So yeah, that's also something that I did not know. Didn't know about a hurricane in 2004.
Gasoline is very expensive at the island.
If you're just going there walking by yourself, you will never know these things unless you're like Googling them or those type of things. But with these tours, they tell you a lot of information, like a lot of stuff that you would never really find out. Like you don't see them, like you might hear of them, but you don't see them with your own eyes, or you don't see how much impacts they have. So those are the type of things that they interest me a lot, like to know how people experience stuff, how they go through stuff, and not just only seeing in the media, because you know the media can be a bit biased and stuff. So an interesting building that we saw while driving was the biggest house on the island, which is named like the house with 100 windows, because apparently it has that, or at least it has a lot of windows, and it has been passed on from generation to generation. So yes, it's definitely something very unique, like a very, very big house. I did not get to record it as well because we were just driving, But yeah, it's something, a knowledge that I like to share with you guys. And of course, we saw a lot of different trees and nature. So a little bit of the history. In 1983, there was a little bit of political trouble, and the Prime Minister, Maurits Bishop, and its members have been killed. This is something, a dark part of the history. The bus driver, like someone in the bus, has asked about this. This is not something he was really telling us, but it was asked, and then he was explaining the situation, what happened. And yes, the Prime Minister and the other people that were killed, the bodies were never found. And yes, like I told you guys, like with these tours, these type of things you don't really find out. At least you will hear of certain stories, but you will not know these things from the locals itself unless you're meeting the locals. So this is literally why going to these islands and really experiencing the culture, the people, the food, everything, that's a very unique experience, and that's definitely something that I've been experiencing on all the islands. Also, another information about the island, it's not that big of an island. It is divided in parishes, like that's how they call, like they part the island in little bit of pieces, like they call it parishes. There are 6: St. George, St. John, St. Mark, St. David, St. Patrick, and St. Andrew. And every of this parish have their own government. So even after all the dark little history part that I told you guys about, the government right now is stable though. So we're now heading to the Grand Etang National Park, which has an extinct volcano which is under a lake, which is very interesting, at least according to the bus driver. So we're going there, we're going to see it with our own eyes and see if it's that interesting. I do think it's interesting. I've never seen a volcano in my life yet. So basically this was a volcano and now it's a lake, and it's the country Grenada, and it's called the country of spices. So everywhere you go, they will be selling spices. So this volcano did erupt 500 years ago, but now it has a lake on it with fresh water. You may drink it. It's safe to drink, so that's what we were told. I am not that a daredevil to do those things. I might swim in it, but I won't drink it. I don't know why, but I was expecting to really see a volcano in the water, like water and then like a volcano coming out of it. That's not what I saw, so I don't know why I was thinking to see something like that. And on our way to this volcano, to this extinct volcano, we also saw some people washing themselves in rivers. This is quite normal to do that in these rivers, and you can also wash your clothing there. At least you can. I'm not sure if that's recommended, but yeah, you can. That's what they also do. You can do fishing there as well. So that was interesting to see. So before the park, the volcanic park, we had a little stop at Uncle's Grenada. That's how it was called. I had a coconut. You guys know I love coconuts, so definitely had one. And I enjoyed it, and it was a nice pit stop because the bus ride was quite long, honestly. Like, it was quite long. This tour in total was 6 hours. 6 hours. So yeah, definitely this pit stop was amazing. You could buy food there as well, other drinks. I had a rum punch as well. But I have to say, the next stop, where we're going now, is better. It's something I really love. So can you guys guess what it is? So this is the Annandale Falls, and I'm gonna show you guys because I did take a lot of films there because it was amazing. I love waterfalls. I'm not sure if I ever told that because I think this is the first island with a waterfall, but I love waterfalls, like fake ones, real ones. It's just something I love. I love the flow of the water, the sound of the water. It just gives me a lot of peace. So to see my first waterfall, natural waterfall, not a fake one, like a real one from nature, was definitely something that I was very excited to see. There was like also locals jumping at the end, but I did not film, unfortunately, because they were already jumping and I did not grab the phone. But yes, you pay them like $5 or something and then they will jump for you. If you don't pay them, they will not jump, but yeah, there are other tourists that will also pay them, so every hour they will be jumping. The highlight of this tour was definitely the Annandale Falls. So yes, after that we had a little bit still of the bus drive, seeing a little bit of the nature, and headed back to the cruise. And yes, our tour ended there. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot about the culture, just some knowledge about the island, which I honestly really love. It opens up how you experience the world, because if you're only in your own continent, your own country, your city, and you never leave, you're just living in a bubble. So this was definitely something I really loved. With all the islands right now, you get just every time it's something different, and for this time it was the first time seeing a waterfall, and I loved it. And also the volcano, I expected like to see a real big one, but that was not the case, but still it was very interesting to see. Also the monkey, that was the first time having a monkey on me, so that was also nice. So all these new experiences, guys, I loved it. And yes, you guys can tell me what part you guys love the most, and also let me know if you guys like to see me dress up for the travel vlogs. But maybe if you guys like that, I can do that for the other videos as well. Yes guys, this will be this vlog, and until the next one, bye.